Stevie, the voice of football's most famous stand. A massive thank you and shout out to our sponsors for this video, Who Knows Wins. One of the best things about Who Knows Wins is that unlike traditional accumulators, you do not have to get every single prediction right to win. The more predictions of scores you get right, the better, the higher up the standings you go. If you come in first place, you're taking home a whopping 70% of the pot. Second place gets 20%, and even if you come third, you're still taking home 10% of the pot. The bigger the pot, the more players are. It makes sense. Play for real money, but most importantly, bragging rights between you and your friends. Who knows the most? Who Knows Wins. Remember, of course, you have to be 18 years or older to play Who Knows Wins. And don't forget, gamble responsibly. Use the link in the description now, whack in our unique pin, and join this week's league on Who Knows Wins. Join the COP TV League, and we'll see you there. Take care. Yes, good evening and welcome back to the COP TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. Big thank you to Who Knows Wins for getting involved and partnering up with the channel. They do sponsor this video, as you've just seen the advert for it there. I've got my predictions in. My following guests might not like them as we get into the Aston Villa match preview, but the pin is COP TV on, so guys, get involved. There's some COP TV regulars in there, and the pot is getting bigger and bigger. And if you get involved, I'll buy you a pint if I see you outside Anfield. You cannot say fairer than that. Obviously, to have a pint and to play this, you need to be 18 and gamble responsibly. I don't really see it as gambling, to be honest. This is bragging rights between the mates. The stakes aren't huge, but it's enough to pay for the beers at the weekend. Right, let's waste no more time in getting stuck into this match preview. Liverpool versus Aston Villa at Anfield, Saturday, 3 o'clock. Stevie G's back, and Dan Bardell is here from the Villa View and the Athletic. Round of applause for him. How are we, sir? My hair's all over the place, but yours isn't, because you've just had a fresh trim to be on this show. How are we, fella?
Just got it sorted. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Looking forward to the game on Saturday. I've got a sneaky feeling we might take something, but I'm sure we'll get into that.
Listen, that sneaky feeling, will it grow beyond the show? Who knows? Let us know if you are watching us live on the COP TV. Big up to Ant Dicko getting involved in the chat already. Niall too. Guys, Aston Villa, big fan here. I've been on Sky Sports News with him. We were on the early kickoff recently talking about this game pretty much, and how at the time I actually said I don't think he would have gone to Aston Villa, and you said, I didn't say he shouldn't, but I said I don't think he will. What was your reaction like when he was officially announced as Aston Villa manager? Because you were spread all over the place. I couldn't turn the station on without seeing you, man.
I know. I knew it was coming, to be honest, so it wasn't a massive surprise. But I was one of those people. I didn't really want Dean Smith to get the sack because he'd done a good job at Villa. You know, taken us really far in the Championship when he took over. He got us up towards mid-table in the Premier League, and I wanted to see him given the chance to build on his work. But since Gerrard's come in, you know, he's been absolutely unbelievable. I didn't think there was a standout manager to come in and replace Dean Smith, and that was one of the reasons I wanted him to stay. But I tell you what, over these first 4 games, in a short space of time, he has implemented a lot, and there's a massive change. So I'm excited to see what he can do moving forward with a full pre-season, for example, and with his own players, because what he's done so far has been remarkable. And the Villa fans, they're quite a hard bunch to please, but a lot of them have fell in love with him already. He's been brilliant.
Well, do you know what? If you go to the Villa View, you can buy Stevie G Christmas mugs that this man is selling. There you go. See, they're already making mugs of the fella after 4 games.
Yeah, they're doing all right.
Already making mugs.
People seem to want them. Yeah.
Have a little sip every now and again on Sky Sports News. No, you can't beat it. Love that. Well, listen, obviously you love Stevie. We love Stevie. I've been talking to fans for TalkSport, for the COP TV before this game outside Anfield. And the feeling is one of nostalgia, but also coldness, if I'm honest with you. And that wasn't just the weather. A lot of fans are saying there's no time for sentiment. A lot of fans are saying, oh, it's our boy. We're going to have to give him a round of applause. I'm sure he's going to, inside at least, feel a bit emotional. Do you think that emotional, the what's the word here? The luggage that comes with this fixture. Do you think that's going to affect Aston Villa's performance?
No, not at all. I quite liked what you said at the start there. You know, it's business. So Steven Gerrard's come into Anfield to try and get something. You're playing against Steven Gerrard trying to do exactly the same thing. You know, there'll be some chanting. There'll be a wave, I'm sure, when he comes out. You know, he loves Liverpool. Every Villa fan absolutely knows 100%. Steven Gerrard loves Liverpool. but he'll also 100% want to take something from the game on Saturday. He'll be going there to try and win. He doesn't set up teams, from what I've seen so far, to draw or try and avoid defeat. He'll be going for the win. So, there'll be some sentiment there, but as soon as the whistle goes for kickoff, it will be business on both sides. And I think it'll be a really, really good game. Villa have had some good days at Anfield over the last, 10 years. I remember a couple of victories there. Liverpool have blown us away on occasion as well, but it's two form teams, isn't it, coming up against each other? Obviously, Liverpool gunning for the title and Villa just trying to move up the league because we had a bit of a sticky period earlier on in the season. But yeah, Gerrard will go there and he'll give his best for Villa. He wants to win for Villa. And, there's no bigger statement for him, really, than coming to Anfield and winning.
Can you imagine him coming and spoiling the party? I was asking fans how they would react if Villa did win and he did a knee slide all the way down to the Kop.
I don't think he'll be doing that. I don't think he'll be doing that.
But you have to, how this game works. You have to ask questions like that. But you talk about how already you've seen such a big difference in 4 games. Obviously, you've lost one of them very narrowly. But I think the level that he expects from his players is something that I think was born from when he was a player himself. Around the dressing room, he would never let anyone's standard slip. There's been countless stories of times when new signings have come in, they've maybe miscontrolled it in the first touch, and Stevie's gone off the box, something like that, and he's just instantly not impressed. There's been stories about Bellamy trying to get onto Kenny Dalglish, and Gerrard's physically got onto him and told him. So the leadership, the level of discipline he requires. Is there any players you think he'll, in particular, improve under his stewardship at Aston Villa?
Well, he's a winner, isn't he? He's got impeccable standards.
Big winner.
We're seeing that already. The standards are so high. Villa have gone up a level or two since he's come in already. He's got a great coaching staff around him as well. McAllister, Michael Beale, who's very, very highly rated. So he comes with a great team around him as well, and he's kind of the figurehead of that team. But he's already improved the midfield so much. The midfield is a massive problem for Villa. They didn't look after the ball. They didn't protect the defence, and they were just too easy to bypass, really. It's like we've signed a new midfield. I can't tell you how different that midfield has been since he's come in. Whoever's played there, it's quite narrow at times. So we're playing very, very narrow off the ball. So we set up defensively with 2 number 10s behind Ollie Watkins. It's been in the main. And we congest the middle of the park and try and keep it very tight, force teams out wide. But the 2 outside central midfielders aren't afraid to go in wide when they need to. And when the fullbacks bomb on, they do the same to cover off the wingers. So you wouldn't be surprised if you see Douglas Luiz and McGinn trying to cover off Salah and Mane when the fullbacks bomb forward, because that's been a big part of what he's done so far. But McGinn, he had his best ever game in a Villa shirt, and John McGinn's a very good player.
Really?
On Sunday against Leicester, it was his most complete performance in midfield he's had in a Villa shirt in the Premier League. He was very, very good. Douglas Luiz against Man City created more chances than any player has against Manchester City all season. Jacob Ramsey's coming through. It looks like Gerrard likes the look of him. And Marvellous Nakamba's turned into Claude Makalala. I wasn't sure, honestly. I wasn't sure on Nakamba, on the ball, off the ball.
They're going to rename the position after him now,
It's the Nakamba role now, because he's just looked reinvented. And that's the thing so far. In that short space of time, the midfield looks so much better. And who better to teach them than Steven Gerrard, one of the best midfielders in Premier League history?
If not the best. And I'm sure the guys in the comments now would agree with me there. I mean, instantly you get that manager bounce, the midfielders step their game up because it's Stevie G. In training, let's have it right. When he's got his boots on that training, we know he likes to get involved. He's still got to be probably the best player there, even though he's a football manager now.
I'm confident he'd get into our 20-man squad now. Give him a couple of weeks to get fit. I'm confident he'd be in the 20-man squad, maybe coming off the bench to make an impact. But the thing is that because of who he is, the players that are at Villa will have watched him play. So immediately they know about him, they respect him. They'll be like, when he arrived, they'd have been like, wow, this is Steven Gerrard, and they want to do well for him. And he seems like he's a really good man manager as well, early doors. So at the end of a game, you'll just see him giving individual messages to he'll pick out 2 or 3 players at the end of a game and just go up and have a conversation with them. Every time there's a break in play, an injury, he just picks a couple of players, has little words with them. And you can just tell that they're hanging off his every word, hanging off everything he says, and they want to do well for him. So you touched on the start. To win 3 games out of 4 when we'd lost 5 games in a row, and to run Manchester City very, very close, unlucky not to take a point, really. I don't think he or Villa fans could have wished for a better start, because it has been incredible.
Yeah, and maybe you can get something on Saturday. But speaking of Stevie G, there's a story that I'll never forget, to be honest. It was at Aston Villa. My mate at uni was, his dad was a Villa season ticket holder. And we played you. This was the 2012-13 season. And I was sitting in the Holt end. I had a Liverpool scarf under me trying to hide it. And Gerrard, amazing through ball from Henderson, scored a goal. Sorry, Coutinho played it through to Hendo. Hendo scored, and then Gerrard scored the winner. It was 2-1. And I was celebrating when Gerrard scored his pen. Almost got my head kicked in. Was saved by my mate's dad. But it was a great day. I went out drinking after in Digbeth, I think.
Oh, nice.
And it was a while back, to be honest. But yeah, Stevie G's got me in trouble at Villa Park before. That's all I can say.
I mean, he's had some good days at Villa Park, I think, in terms of goals. I can remember him scoring a few there. Scoring against Villa in general. I would wager that we were probably his favourite team. Yeah, mate, we're everyone's favourite team. Robbie Fowler always used to score against Villa. There's so many. I think we're Frank Lampard's favourite team as well. I remember Torres getting a couple of late goals against us as well. Yeah, we're everyone's favourite team.
Gerrard scored that hat-trick at Anfield against you. Obviously, a free kick in the last minute against you there.
Yeah.
One way back in the day when he linked up with Danny Murphy for a goal. Yeah, he definitely liked Villa playing against them. Let's get into some comments. Big up to Philip Redmond. He says, question for the Villa lad. Would you take Curtis Jones on loan? Obviously, there's been links with Joe Gomez and Aston Villa, but Philip asks about Curtis Jones. I mean, I wouldn't personally want him to go out, but what do you reckon?
I mean, yeah, I'd take him, but I don't think you for 1 minute would loan him to us. I would say. Great player, Curtis Jones. He's not in the team at the moment, is he? Is he injured?
Injured, eye injury apparently.
Yeah, because he was playing a fair few games, wasn't he, Curtis Jones? I actually quite like him when he plays deeper, plays in the central midfield role for Liverpool. I always think he looks really, really good there, really accomplished. I prefer him there than playing further forward. But yeah, he's a great player. You'd like to think at some point maybe the links with Gerrard might pay off in some way, but I don't think you loan us Curtis Jones at all.
That was my next question. Although Gerrard and Klopp are close friends now and they live near each other or lived near each other in Liverpool, Gerrard still can't really call them up and say, oh yeah, I like Jurgen, lad. Do you fancy lending me some players there? Still business for Jurgen. They might be good mates, but I don't think Jurgen would do that necessarily just because it is Stevie G. And Dicko, a big Liverpool fan, says 2 clubs with actual European Cups, unlike some. That's the thing I think Liverpool and Villa have respect about, whether you like it or not. You have won the European Cup. Who are we to ever take that away from you? And we respect you because of that, I think. Maybe more so than, clubs like a Manchester City, just because of the history there. 1982, as you famously stole our song,
Yeah, I mean, we won the European Cup, and then 3 years later, I was born. We've never won anything since, really. So, yeah, before my time, the European Cup, but we do like to mention it every now and again.
Absolutely. Big up to Toby, says, love this Villa fan. You're getting some love on here.
That's nice.
Niall Kane says, big up Alex, the voice of football's most famous stand. And Dicko says, Saturday is going to be too strange seeing Stevie in the away dugout, seeing him break through at 17. Just strange he is in the opposition. I mean, you've seen down the years when players go back to their former clubs, managers, and the bit of a camera stunt, they go into the home dressing room instead of the away. Again, Gerrard is stern. Even when he was a player, he didn't really joke around like that. And he'll be stern-faced on Saturday. He won't want to give anything away, will he?
And we won't see any Gerrard Houllier scenes. When Gerrard Houllier came back, he was all over it, wasn't he? Touching the side.
Rest in peace, obviously.
Yeah. We were losing 3-0, and he was still clapping the Liverpool fans. I don't think we'll see anything like that because, as we've said many times, it is all business for Gerrard. But he'll be feeling emotional, of course. Going back. He's been back. He hasn't really been. I know he was coaching the youth team there, but he hasn't really been. He's been back in no capacity at all.
No,
so this is a big moment for him. It's a big moment in football. It's a big moment for him. It's a nice moment for him in some ways, and a nice moment for Liverpool in some ways as well. But I can tell already, like when he at the end of the games when we've been winning, you can tell he wants to come up to the Villa fans and give it the big one. But he's holding himself back because I know you can tell he doesn't want to be fake or come across as fake, or he doesn't feel like he's earned the right to do that yet. And I really like that and respect it. We had Tim Sherwood as a manager, after 5 minutes, he was up giving it the big one in front of the line. You know, he's already won three games, Gerrard. He'll come over and give a clap and make sure the players do it. But I could tell after the Leicester game, he really wanted to go a bit bigger, but he's not doing it yet. He's saving it.
I was just about to say, he is bubbling away, mate. I wouldn't even be surprised, genuinely. Listen, of course he's going to pay his respects to the Klopp. He might, he might give them a clap. He might acknowledge it.
He'll definitely do that.
I guarantee, he'll give them that. But I guarantee you, if Villa win, he's going to be in front of your away fans giving it this. And do you know what? Fair play to him. If he does beat us, I think
he'd be subdued.
Only because I see him teetering on the edge. He, like you just said, he's waiting. He's itching to let go fully and give it the whole, going mad in there. So I reckon a win at Anfield, and you could see a whole new side of Gerrard to the one we know before.
I mean, I'll be very happy with the point. I don't think he'll be giving it the big one if we get a point, but I would take a point absolutely right now. If
you get a Danny Ings 96-minute winner at the Kop end, I guarantee Gerrard will be celebrating there. I guarantee it. And who am I to rob that off him? If that does happen, then we clearly weren't good enough to win the game.
He's professional, and it's his job. His job is to try and win the game, and he wants to do well, and he will try and do well. So yeah, I mean, I'd love to see those scenes that you talk of, but I can't say.
I bet you is, mate. Maybe just on FIFA. Toby says, "Marvelous by name, marvelous by nature." A little reference there to Nakamba. Antika reminding us that Ashley Young played for England with Steven Gerrard, probably for a good 2 or 3 years at least. So yeah, there's experience there.
Yeah, Ashley Young's kind of his lieutenant at the moment. Someone he obviously knows. The only one there that he would have played. I think he knew Ings, but Ings has been injured, so he's only been involved in one game so far. But Ashley Young is kind of like his lieutenant at the moment, and I kind of feel like over time he'll develop and have 3 or 4 of those in the camp. But Ashley Young, he hasn't really played that much. To be honest, he was signed to be backup fullback, but he's been playing as a number 10. He played left back last game, and he's actually been really, really good. And Gerrard obviously trusts him a lot, and they've got a good, strong relationship. I
think John McGinn is going to get a lot out of Stevie G as well.
He already has. As I said, in midfield, he's night and day. Night and day.
Absolutely. Robbie Fowler used to like a goal against Aston Villa as well.
Loved it.
What Villa players would you like to see the back of, says Lad and Dad Detectorists?
I don't know if there's anyone in particular that I do want to see the back of.
You might have said different 4 games ago, but
still, even then, they're a good bunch. Like it's a good squad. Dean Smith had this thing where he would only bring in good human beings into the football club. They didn't suffer fools. They wouldn't have anyone like that. So there's a good atmosphere there. A good bunch of lads. We just weren't getting the results. Obviously, over time, you need to upgrade people, and there'll be people that we need to upgrade. But I wouldn't say there's anyone I want to see the back of. I just want to see the squad improved a little bit. We're probably short of a couple of real quality players. Obviously, losing Jack Grealish and the new signings haven't quite worked out yet. But no one I'd really want to see the back of, no.
Fair enough. Well, listen, let's get into some Opta stats, and then we will take on a couple more comments and then get into our score predictions for this game. I'm just going to share the screen with you now. We'll get into these Opta stats. Big up to Opta for supplying these. Very kind of them. Right, here we go then. Liverpool, Aston Villa. Liverpool have won 6 of the last 7 games against Villa, losing 1, scoring at least twice in all 7 games. As we mentioned, a team that we do like to score goals against. I mean, I'm trying to find some for you to read out there, Dan, and get excited about, mate.
I mean, you scored 2 when we scored 7 at Villa Park. That excites me.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, there he's got one on me there, doesn't he? For the rest of his life, he can easily say 7-2. And do you know what? If there's one team that I could give that to and say, have that as a little, it would be Villa. The FA Cup semi-final win wasn't nice either, mate. But
that was a very
good comeback. Very good comeback from yourself. I appreciate it. Liverpool lost 8. I can't believe this. 8 of their first 12 Premier League games in 2021, failing to score on 7 occasions. Since then, we've scored all 25 games and lost just once. So some turnaround from the start of 2021 to the end.
You can't even look at that though. It was like such a ridiculous time for Liverpool. Yeah. So many players out. That would have happened. That honestly would have happened to any team without like the key personnel that they had missing. It's very easy to get caught in a bad run as well when everything's going wrong. Everyone knows that was a freak because of obviously what's happening now. So again, not night and day. You can't read anything into that at all.
Well, here's a great stat for you, right? Aston Villa against Liverpool has been won by the away side on 20 occasions in the Premier League. Only City and United seeing more away wins in the competition's history. There we go. We mentioned earlier that Villa have had some memorable nights. Remember a Vyman night and a Benteke night at Anfield. It wasn't fun, that.
Yeah, they
Here's
used to
one
cause
for
you
you, though, as
problems, them
well.
through.
They
With Gabby
did.
as well.
They
It
really
always used
did
to
with
have a good
Gabby.
time there. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the famous one when Gabby fell over and that fan got his camera
And
out
the
and had a
hoardings.
picture. Unbelievable. One more for you. Aston Villa have won 3 of their 4 Premier League games under Stevie G, as many as they had in 11 games under Dean Smith, but he's looking to be the first Villa manager to win his first 2 away games in charge of the club since John Gregory in '98. I remember them days as well as a young boy, watching John Gregory with the slick back hair, the black jacket, the purple tie at Villa Park.
Yeah, John Gregory. I still speak to John. Good guy. Still loves Villa. Great manager. I'm hoping that obviously Steven Gerrard's going to bring some of that, like some of those times back, because it hasn't really ever got better than when Brian Little and John Gregory were in charge of the club. So yeah, hopefully Gerrard can bring something.
I mean, yeah, I think to rival that era, maybe the 2008 Villa team, unbelievable, really.
Yeah, the O'Neill days.
Yeah, I mean, listen, in the end, it didn't really work out, but you were floating for a few months, looking.
We're battling with you for 4th for a long time.
You were,
and
then we smacked you 5-0.
Yeah, we went to pieces.
And that was all over.
Yeah, we went to absolute pieces.
Yeah, and listen, I was asking fans this week, of Aston Villa your favourite second team at the minute? You'd be surprised to how many people said yes.
I'd expect it now, obviously, with Gerrard. I would expect it now, because I know Villa fans are kind of looking out for Norwich now because of Dean Smith, because Villa fans have still got a lot of time for Dean Smith. So, okay, but are you saying even before Gerrard, it would have been like that? Or is it purely Gerrard?
For me personally, listen, second team, I don't know, but definitely a team that I have a soft spot for.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, you don't usually have a second team, do you? But yeah, you seem you've got a soft spot for.
Well, my dad played for Yeovil, so I guess I have to say
that's
Yeovil,
fine.
don't I?
Yeah, that's
back
fine.
in the day. Or Barnet, to be fair. I used to sell burgers in the away end as well back in the day when I was 16. I actually got sacked because Swindon came to Barnet, to Underhill, and they were managed by Paolo Di Canio. This is like 2011, and we lost 2-0. I think Swindon went on to win the league, and Di Canio was giving it all this to the Swindon fans. And I was taking a bin bag full of hot steaming burgers out to the bin, and Paolo Di Canio walked past me, and I was like, "Oh, can I get a selfie?" So I've got in one hand, I've got a burning bin bag full of burgers, and Paolo Di Canio got the sack for that. He said you can't take pictures with the manager. So harsh. You'll have to get a VAR on that. Unfair dismissal, I reckon. Absolute mess. But right, let's get into a quick lineup prediction from myself. I think we'd be silly to tinker. Obviously, we changed the team up in the Champions League. A great away win against AC Milan. So now that we're back in the Premier League again, if it is possible, which I haven't heard any reason for it not to be, it's the same team, and that is Alisson, Trent, Matip, Virgil, Robertson. I go with Thiago, Fabinho, Henderson, Mane, Jota, and Salah. Firmino's still out. Ox is maybe unlucky to miss out because of how well he's played recently. Curtis Jones obviously still out. Harvey Elliott's still out. I think Milner's out as well against his former club, as Ant reminds us here. But that's my lineup prediction, score prediction. Dan, I'm going to be honest, fella. If we score first, it could be a long one. However, it's Stevie G. So if we get to 2-0, I can't relax unless it's 3-0. If we get to 2-0 and you score, and Gerrard's giving it this to the travelling Holt end, flap time. But if it's 3-0 and we kind of bury the game early, and maybe you get a late consolation, I could see that happening. So I'm going to go with 3-1. Let us know in the comments if you agree, if you disagree, if you think Villa have got more to show in the game. Dan, what is your score prediction? 3 o'clock. A shame this one isn't on TV, Dan. Just a quick word on that. What an absolute disgrace.
Yeah, I bet they wish it was now. It's a bit like when Ronaldo went back to Man U, isn't it? It wasn't on TV, and I bet Sky and BT were absolutely devastated. I did my Who Scored podcast this morning. I said we have like a predictions league on that, and I'm top of the league at the moment, doing well with that. And I've got Villa's score right.
This is scary then.
No. I've got Villa's score right the last 2 games, bang on, and I had us to lose 2-1 like last season.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I just think it's Salah. I mean, Liverpool are very good, obviously. all over the park. But Salah is Messi reincarnated at the moment. He's a joke. The difference is Salah is doing it in the Premier League. You know, we'll never see or know what Messi would have been like in the Premier League, but the numbers and the output from Salah at the moment is just absolutely ridiculous. He's not slowing down, although he has slowed down a touch. But you know, he's
been assisting more so recently.
He was. I mean, he was never going to keep
Milan.
Yeah, he was never going to keep up the run he was on in the Premier League, where he was scoring every single week. But he's incredible, absolute cert for Player of the Year. So yeah, he scares me, as I'm sure he does many other fans. And Mane always does well against Villa as well. So I think it'll be close. I think we'll give you a game, a bit like the City game. We gave him a game, gave him a scare. I think this will be the same. Ollie Watkins has been a player who did well against Liverpool last season in the 2 games as well. So I think we'll score, but I think you'll just have too much for us.
4 goals in 2 games for Ollie Watkins last year against Liverpool. Ings isn't back for this one, is he?
Might be on the bench possibly, but yeah, he's not been fit at all.
Yeah,
he won't play. If he's fit, he won't play. But he'll be Watkins up top.
He'll always get a good reception. Ashley Young will play. Definitely Ashley Young. I can definitely see that. And Nico says Daniel FM series is quality. Big up to listen, and Nico's a regular. If he gives you a shout out, he must be right. Roy Richards, Gerrard won't celebrate in front of us. If he does, I'll be waiting outside.
I mean, Roy looks mean on that picture. That's Roy. Gerrard won't be celebrating now. Absolutely no chance.
Unbelievable. Again, Roy Richards getting a bit leery in the comments. Opstats, Villa have the most helmets as fans. Thoughts. To be fair, let's have it right. We all know who's got the most helmets of fans, and we don't even need to tell them lot just over the road who's got the most helmets as fans. You know what I mean? Do we all catch my drift? Okay.
I'm guessing who you're talking about, yeah.
Well, Everton and Manchester United, I'll say it like that.
I thought it might be.
Just get it out. Tamara, big up Tamara. She's going Liverpool 2, Villa 1, which it was the same score last year. Trent with a very late winner. Esther going for 2-2. This is the in thing to say at the minute. Tamara, Origi winner. It's happened before. It could happen again. And Nico saying, imagine if it kicks off between Klopp and Gerrard. I saw a meme of Klopp doing this. And the caption was, when Gerrard and Klopp kick off at each other at the game, but the cop backs Gerrard.
Who'd win in a fight, them two, do you reckon?
Listen, without
you'll know more than me about the pedigree.
Well, we talk about pedigree. There was obviously that famous incident in the nightclub, which we won't go back into and talk about too much. But I'm hearing from what happened allegedly, of course, on that night that Stevie isn't, he can roll. He can roll and ruckle. Jurgen Klopp's a lover, not a fighter. He's got the age, but Jurgen Klopp, I reckon he's had a few cheeky, B&H and a couple of Stellas more than Stevie has. He likes a little cigarette after a win, I think, Jurgen. But the heart, who's got the bigger heart? I think Jurgen's a lover, not a fighter, though, Dan. So in answer to your question, I'm going to have to go with Stevie G. Roy Richards, Liverpool 7, Villa 0. He's got it out for Villa tonight, then, Roy. 5-1 to the Reds, says Tech.
There's only one team that scored 7 recently against the other, and it wasn't Liverpool.
I've played that right into his hand, haven't I? I'm absolutely gifted in that one. You're probably 2-1 up tonight, Dave. Oh, Jesus, Dan. Right, let's get into Deckers, Dave. Big love to AGT. Gerrard will win, says Lala LFC. Win what, though? The game or the support of the cop? What will he win? And Dick are going 3-2 to us. So thank you very much for your score predictions and getting involved. Guys, Dan is always on everything. He's on TalkSport, Sky Sports, The Athletic, Villa View, very much like myself, a man with many fingers in many pies. Where can we find you on the socials and what have you got coming up, man?
Twitter, just at Dan Bardell, and Instagram at Dan Bardell16, because somebody took the normal Dan Bardell and I like the number 16, so I just stuck a 16 on the end. Don't know who scored podcast this morning, Edge of the Box. That's always a good laugh with Jonathan Wilson and Martin Lawrence from Who Scored. I'm on the Athletic 3 times a week doing the Athletic Football podcast and then doing their Villa stuff as well. So yeah, I'm on a fair bit of things, and there's more interest in Steven Gerrard's become manager, so I'll probably be on even more stuff.
You'll probably be back on the Cop TV a few times as well, mate.
Yeah, I'm always happy to come on.
There. Let's have a quick look at what you've got in the background, because I know you're a man who collects his boots, his shirts. I know you've got some really cool stuff in that room.
Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts in here, mate. There's football shirts all over the place. Obviously, the Gerrard mug that I showed you
Yeah.
earlier. Boots. There's everything there.
What's the one shirt in the background or in your collection that's a bit rogue, or you might get a few stares at for wearing?
I'll tell you, there's one here actually. Let me give me 2 seconds.
Go on, you get it out. This is Dan Bardell's exclusive football boot, football shirt, football memorabilia collection. Wow.
That's a
Wow,
quite a rare one, that one.
Muller kit. What's that? 90. Let me guess. That is. Oh, the badge is quite old though. I'm gonna go with. That is 92-3.
93 to 95 it was.
Oh.
Dealer.
Oh well, I kind of got the second year. That is some shirt. Mitchell saying that is rascal. Esther saying, "Wow, that shirt."
Keeper shirts were different gravy in those days.
They were.
They really were.
I can imagine. Was Bosnich in that one?
Yeah, he would have been in that one.
There you go.
Yeah.
Esther A saying before my time. Well, there you go. That wraps it up. Thank you so much for spending your time with us tonight, Dan. Listen, if you want to talk after the game and do a little 5 minutes on each's channel, I'm happy to do that as well. But yeah, good luck for the game. I don't want you to have good luck for the game, but I want you to do really well with Steven Gerrard as your manager. And you know what? Take the present. It's from us. Enjoy it. Apart from when you play us, enjoy it. And hopefully he wins something for you, because Jurgens keeping that seat warm for him. So make sure he does a good job, mate. Yeah. Speak about him well on the Villa View.
I always do. Always will.
Love that. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Dan. We'll see you soon, fella. All the best. Right, there you go. Dan Bardell from The Athletic, the Villa View, Sky Sports News, top man. Brilliant stuff. Get involved with his content if you can. He's a belter. Guys, you've been smashing it in the comments today. One more from Roy Richards. All jokes aside, looking forward to the match on Saturday. Can't wait to see Gerrard back. Think it'll be a decent game. Good luck to Villa apart from Saturday. Liverpool 4-1. Gerrard got no chance. Big up Alex and Dan. Great live stream. Please hit a like on the video. Like I said, guys, this is our first video sponsored by Who Knows Wins on the channel. If you want to get involved, if you're of age of 18, I'm looking at Andico especially here. Please get in the description. Get the link in there. Type COP TV 1 into the league finder on Who Knows Wins app. You can join our league. We've already got the pot building as we speak. We've got a nice little pot prize so far of £45. It's building up. We've got a few classic names from the COP TV. Sean's in there. Kyle's in there. And a few more as well. So as you know, first place takes 70% of the pot. It's all about predictions. It's not necessarily a big gambling thing. For me, it's more about bragging rights, making sure that you can know more than your mates. And if you know more, you're going to win. Trust me on that one. So yeah, get involved with Who Knows Wins. Hit that link in the description. Big thank you to Esther, who says congrats on the sponsorship. That's major. Thank you very much. It is major. And that's why we need you to like the video and support it and make sure you help us out. So guys, if you do that, I'll buy you a pint. If I see you outside Anfield or on a match day or just around, maybe not like in the morning, but if you see me around and it's of a drinking time and you can show me that you have subscribed and you're in Who Knows Wins in the league, I will buy you a pint or a vodka, whatever you want to drink, non-alcoholic as well, of course. But yeah, obviously if you're drinking a non-alcoholic drink, it'll probably be because you're under 18 and you can't use the app if you're under 18. You know what I mean? Link in the description. Guys, it's been a belter. What have we got coming up on Saturday? Of course, we'll be at Anfield. I'm sitting 2 rows in the Kop. Unbelievable seats. You literally will see me behind the goal if we score at the Kop. I'll be there singing my heart out. And then we've got the fan cams after that. And then, of course, Monday, we are back to Hot Copics. Myself and James Redmond, we're back for that one. And then, obviously, next week is a hugely busy week as well. We've got Leicester coming up in the Cup. We've got Tottenham away if that game goes ahead, if they can field the players. And there's just loads more to come. So, guys, thank you so much for supporting the channel, for us to get to a point like this where we can get a sponsor on board. So, big up to you guys each and every time. And, yeah, that's a lot from me. I will next see you outside the Kop after we've played Aston Villa. Hopefully, it's a win. I'm going with 3-1. Get your predictions in now on the Who Knows Wins app. Take care. See you soon.
Whoa. Just before you go,
don't forget, give us a like, drop us a comment and subscribe to the COP TV.
The voice of football's most famous stand.